you revolting lump of maggot-eaten hide," the man crooned to the animal. "When I get hold of you, you misbegotten result of a diseased camel humping a sway-backed ass, I'll wring your cretinous neck, I will." The horse swiveled its mismatched ears to better hear the caressing baritone voice and took an uncertain step forward. Anna sympathized with the animal. The ugly man's voice was like a feather run along the sole of her foot, irritating and tantalizing at the same time. She wondered if he sounded like that when he made love to a woman. One would hope he changed the words. The man got close enough to the bemused horse to catch its bridle. He stood for a minute, murmuring obscenities. Then he mounted the animal in one lithe movement. His muscular thighs, indecently revealed in wet buckskins, tightened about the horse's barrel as he turned its nose. He inclined his bare head at Anna. "Madam, good day." And without a backward glance, he cantered off down the lane, the dog racing beside him. In a moment, he was out of sight. In another, the sound of hoofbeats had died. Anna looked down. Her basket lay in the puddle, its contents, her morning's shopping, spilled in the road. She must have dropped it when she dodged the oncoming horse. Now, a half-dozen eggs oozed yellow yolks into the muddy water, and a single herring eyed her balefully as if blaming her for its undignified landing. She picked up the fish and brushed it off. It, at least, could be saved. Her grey dress, however, drooped pitifully, although the actual colour wasn't much different from the mud that caked it. She plucked at the skirts to separate them from her legs before sighing and dropping them. She scanned the road in both directions. The bare branches of the trees overhead rattled in the wind. The little lane stood deserted. Anna took a breath and said the forbidden word out loud in front of God and her eternal soul. "Bastard!" She held her breath, waiting for a thunderbolt, or, more likely, a twinge of guilt to hit her. Neither happened, which ought to have made her uneasy. After all, ladies do not curse gentlemen, no matter what the provocation. And she was, above all things, a respectable lady, wasn't she? By the time she limped up the front walk to her cottage, Anna's skirts were dried into a stiff mess. In summer, the exuberant flowers that filled the tiny front garden made it cheerful, but at this time of year, the garden was mostly mud. Before she could reach it, the door opened. A small woman with dove-grey ringlets bobbing at her temples peered around the jam. "Oh, there you are!" The woman waved a gravy-smeared wooden spoon, inadvertently flinging drops on her cheek. "Fanny and I have been making mutton stew, and I do think her sauce is improved. Why, you can hardly see the lumps." She leaned forward to whisper, "But we are still working on dumpling making. I'm afraid they have a rather unusual texture." Anna smiled wearily at her mother-in-law. "I'm sure the stew will be wonderful." She stepped inside the cramped hall and put the basket down. The other woman beamed, but then her nose wrinkled as Anna moved past her. "Dear, there's a peculiar odour coming from—" She trailed off and stared at the top of Anna's head. "Why are you wearing wet leaves in your hat?" Anna grimaced and reached up to feel. "I'm afraid I had a slight mishap on the high road." "A mishap?" Mother Wren dropped the spoon in her agitation. "Are you hurt? Why, your gown looks as if you've wallowed in a pigsty." "I'm quite all right, just a bit damp." "Well, we must get you into dry clothes at once, dear. And your hair... Fanny!" Mother Wren interrupted herself to call in the general direction of the kitchen. "We'll have to wash it. Your hair, I mean. Here, let me help you up the stairs." "Fanny!" A girl, all elbows, reddened hands, and topped by a mass of carroty hair, sidled into the hall. "What?" Mother Wren paused on the stairs behind Anna and leaned over the rail. "How many times have I told you to say yes, ma'am? You'll never become a maid in a big house if you don't speak properly."